1-0 defeat on Tuesday against Dover. Darren, give us your thoughts on that game.
Performance was good again. Fully committed performance from everyone. Thought we started the game particularly well. Could have scored very early on with a good strike from Charlie from the edge of the box. And first 10 minutes were very encouraging. It looked like we'd continued what we'd done in the 2 previous games. And I thought that we was, on the whole, worthy of taking something out of the game. It's a however you want to look at it, a freak, but a very good goal, whatever way you choose to look at it, but one that we couldn't really do a great deal about. But on a balance of play, on a difficult pitch, I thought we created enough chances and we certainly deserve something out of the game.
Yeah, and John, what were your thoughts on their goal? Would you have said it was a bit of luck there?
If you score it, you go, it's a great goal, because it's an overhead kick. It's not come off the floor himself, he just hooked it over his head. You'd go, it's a great goal. If you're outside of the fence and conceded it, you'd go, was it a great goal, was it a fluke, did he just hook it towards the goal? It's like one of them crosses that go in the goal. People say, was it a cross, was it a shot? It's gone right in the far corner, what a great goal. But it was a goal that you turn around and go, nothing we can do about that. It really wasn't. But as Darren said, the performance was first class. I thought we started very good. I thought the first half of the first half was one-way traffic. They come into it for the second half of the first half. And I think all but 10 minutes of the second half I thought it was one-way traffic. I really did. I thought we played really well. And I was a little bit concerned because we had a long journey Tuesday with some players that haven't had a lot of football. Mason not had a lot of football, Charlie Adams not had a lot of, Ben Nunn not had a lot of football, Luke Pennell not had a lot of football. And we go down to Dover on a really heavy pitch short time after, and I wasn't sure that much of the game they would feel comfortable in. But I thought they were really good, and as I said, I thought that, I'll be honest, it's one of the few times, you know, you always, you know, when you do well, you know, you're well done and you've done this, but it's one of the few that I genuinely, after a game, looked at the games that we've had since all the problems have come out and we've sold players. I actually said to players that this football club's very proud of you, proud of what you're doing, and that's how I felt.
Yeah, and Darren, John mentioned a little bit about the other results, but despite losing 2 of them out of the 3, would you have said that there were actually good performances against Aldershot and obviously Torquay?
We could have quite easily come away with 9 points from the 3 games. We've come away from 3, so in that respect we're disappointed. But when you look at the pluses and the positives, as John has mentioned, people not playing loads of football, the togetherness that they've shown for a difficult period for them individually as a team and us as a club. You know, I think you can only be encouraged by the 3 performances, and certainly if you start to get that as a consistent base, you know that that's what the players are going to give you, then as far as I'm concerned you're going to win more than you lose. And what we showed in the Torquay game, when we put it all together, that's the performance, the final third, the last touches in front of goal where it matters, when we put it all together like that, we've still got a very good team.
Yeah, and John, we've seen a few departures already. You mentioned in the last interview Michael Cheek not going. How crucial is it now to try and keep as many players as we have?
For the football club, that can be out of my hands. You know, if the football club says, look, we've got to do this, then we have to do it. For the football team, I think it's important now we try and keep what we have got here, because we haven't got many changes. I mean, Andre's suspended. And if Charlie comes out, Charlie Adams, or Luke Howell comes out, or Matt Robinson comes out, we've got a youth to go in. If we lose a defender of experienced players, we have Bonds and Gala. You know, we're really down on numbers. If we lost anybody, the problem is because of our situation, we're not allowed to loan. We can't even take a free loan. So if we went to any club. If we went to a West Ham or Tottenham and said, look, you've got a young player, you might want some games, can they come? We can't loan. So we have to dig into what we have in the youth department really to find the changes that we might have to make. But that is the one thing that, you know, hopefully won't go against us is injuries, because we, you know, our squad now really, you know, we made a change with a forward, 2 forwards the other night. I mean, if you think you play with 3 or 4 forwards normally, so the ones that are not playing the other night was Michael Cheek and Cheeky Kande, who both come on now. Outside of that, we don't have anything other than going into the youth. Geordie Mongoy, who is a first year pro, has been out injured for a long time and not ready to do that. Midfield, we have Elliot Bonds, a youth really, that's the only other option we have. And defensively, really, we've got Liam Gordon and Bonds and Gala. So, you know, we're really struggling for numbers if we were to lose anybody else. At the moment, the club hasn't indicated that we will. If Michael had gone, he would have gone. He decided he wanted to stay, which I'm delighted about. So, you know, we can't really afford to lose any players at all, really.
Yeah, what's your thoughts ahead of Chester on Saturday?
You know, we're at that time of the season now where most teams have something to play for. Most teams, you know, can we get in the playoffs? Can we keep away from relegation? Can we avoid relegation? Can we win the league? Everyone's got something on their mind. So I think silly season's about to start. I call it silly season because I saw Guiseley beat Fylde, who've been on a great run the other day, and Guiseley and won for ages. I saw Macclesfield won 4-1 against Tranmere, which was, I know they're up the top, but it's still a great result. And I think it is that time of the year where, you know, you see teams. Chester, I think, had a good win against Eastleigh. Eastleigh were unbeaten for so many games. So much to play for people. So every game you play is going to be as tough as, and we have to expect wherever anyone is in the league, it's going to be a really, really tough game.
Yeah, and Darren, how crucial is it to have the backing of the supporters and then come into games now till the end of the season?
They always play a crucial part, don't they? And I think, you know, along with the team, they've really come together of late as well. I think I mentioned previously at the Torquay game where, you know, the players were feeding off of their encouragement and their support, and they were bouncing off the players as well. And again, you know, Tuesday night down at Dover on a cold, horrible night, they were out in numbers again, getting behind the team, and it's much appreciated. There's no doubt about that. We appreciate it, and we know the players do. And I know that the fans just want to see a committed team, and they've seen that in abundance in the last 3 games. So there's a real togetherness about everyone at the moment, which is a huge plus. We know we need to turn them into wins, which we're all attempting to do. Saturday will be a big occasion because hopefully we get some numbers through the door, and everyone will get right behind the whole occasion. And if we can reproduce the type of performances that we've showed of late, then, you know, it should be a good day for everyone, and hopefully we come out with a win. Yeah.
And lastly, John, this week we've announced that there'll be a friendly against West Ham United. What's your thoughts on that happening?
Yeah, delighted. We went over to Rush Green and played West Ham, which was a very, very strong team, the other Wednesday. I'd already sort of had words with the board about talking to West Ham about playing a game at our place. So to get that game as well was good education for some of our young ones. And it is a fundraising game, so we need as much support from our supporters as possible. And, you know, very grateful for West Ham for what they're doing. And a big thank you to them. Chairman Paul Gwynn spoke, I think, to David Sullivan, and you know, so for them to commit themselves to coming over with the strongest team that they can possibly bring. We're hoping for a bumper crowd for a good occasion as well. You know, it's, forget what it's for, it's just a good occasion. And obviously, you know, much needed funds to come into the club to keep us ticking over until we can find, you know, or confirm a new owner at the football club. It's been, you know, really, really difficult, you know, for everybody, really difficult. And something like that lightens up that difficult time. So 21st of March, for anyone that's out there, whoever you support, you might be a Manchester United supporter, but be a football supporter and come and watch us in West Ham.